Okay. Yes. As Hi, Dahlia. We're just going to give
Hi,
it a
sweetie.
minute now. Hi, I'm so happy to see you. We're going to take a minute and just make sure that everyone can see us and that we are, in fact, live. So if anybody has jumped on already, can somebody just comment, hi, you can see us, and we're going to get started. We're here with Dahlia from the Orion Healing Center in Thailand. And we are, okay, great. We can see you. Perfect. So hi, Dahlia from
Hey,
Thailand. How are
how
you?
are you? I'm really well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to have you on. It's so exciting. So you're the founder and the owner of the Orion Healing Center in Thailand, and you guys do like detox, plant-based eating, yoga, Reiki, and all this other amazing healing stuff. So you have an amazing story. I mean, you're originally from England, and
Yep.
your husband is from Israel. And you guys met in Thailand and you opened up the Orion Healing Center. Can you tell us like a little short story about how that even happened?
Yes, for sure. So I was backpacking in Asia. I'd had the feeling to leave England and to leave my profession for a while.
What were you
And
doing before? What was your
actually
profession?
I was working in B Sky B for Sky doing the PR.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah,
the other end of the spectrum.
totally.
And yeah, I had this feeling, you could call it even like an epiphany one day, actually, while I was walking through London, that this is not my path, that I have a different path. And I went to Asia, traveled around Thailand and India. And then I actually met my husband, Ari, in a Vipassana, which is a 10-day Buddhist silence that we did here in Thailand on the mainland. And that's to cut a long story short. He had already come here with a view to make retreats that were life-changing, transformative, and then we founded Orion together a couple of years later.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell us like what types of people visit the center, and how do you help them? Like who's coming there,
Wow,
and what
so
are they coming there for?
we have a really diverse demographic. So it can be anything from kind of mid 40s, 50s burnout. It can be mums that have spent, many years childbearing, child rearing, and then need a break. It can be people traveling around Asia, people that are also working in expat communities around Asia, so Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, etc., and then needing a little bit of a break. Our demographic is really wide. So it started off being younger and a little bit more, I could say, hippie. And then it changed to just be a huge range of people. Anywhere we've had authors, people that work in TV. Yesterday we got an inquiry from a Miss Universe, a former Miss Universe.
Wow.
So we have all types of people coming. So it's really beautiful. So when you see the detox group or images of the detox group, it's a really wide and very interesting array of people that come to detox with us or come to even do lifestyle programs.
So can you tell us a little bit about these lifestyle programs and how they're related to, like vegetables and restoring your body? Because this group is really about, like, the theme is the power of veggies to restore our body. It's like unlike anything else that exists on this planet. And I think your center is really like defines that.
So we have an amazing menu of plant-based cuisine, very varied, very, very colorful. And some people don't feel the call to detox or it doesn't suit them, and feel like to nourish and restore using vegetables and fruits as the main source of this. So they come here to do like either intermittent fasting, or we call it healthy living program, or yoga program, all of which contain 2 or 3 meals a day, all of which are plant-based. We have a whole raw food section, a Mediterranean section, a section that is based mainly on detox, that uses plants and food in very specific ways to restore certain elements in the body. We have juices and shakes, elixirs, which are all like these beautiful shots, all vegetable, fruit, and spice based that have different aims, like to reduce inflammation or to alkalize the body. So we have two menus, one conventional one regular menu, and one detox based menu that is really aiming to help people to find balance through food for their diets, and carry on this back home as well.
Right. So how long do people come for usually? Like what would be the average stay, and what kind of results do people see when they leave?
So average is around 10 days, and it varies from 3 to 28. We have quite a lot, increasing amount of people doing 28-day programs. And these people are people that know that they need a little bit more help with integrating into a vegetable-based diet or a plant-based diet. And so they know they need at least 21 days of resetting their current diet to create a new flow, a new paradigm. And yeah, they come for a wide variety of reasons, but really the reset of the body is one of the main reasons.
And I guess I'm sure people come there for weight loss as well, right? I mean, I would imagine after 21 days, they probably lose a bunch of weight on this kind of program.
For sure, definitely. Yeah. I mean, people feel amazing. So we've had people coming off diabetes medicine. We've had people healing things like glaucoma and things like that. We've had people that come with chronic pain, people that come to heal after chemotherapy. This is increasing. Wow. So they've had their chemo, they've got into remission, and they come to reboost their body. And that's been really amazing. That's been increasing in the last few years, especially with women. The results are amazing, whether it's just a reset of the body, and you kind of allowing kind of brain fog, like to release brain fog, and people that know that they're on a crossroads. We've had really amazing stories of people coming. Yeah, even couples that haven't succeeded with conventional fertility treatments, we're like a last resort, because the colon and just the digestive system runs quite low in the body. That when you really clean your body out with fruit and veg, you actually you're healing the reproductive system as well.
That's amazing. I mean, I interviewed somebody recently who had anemia, and she said that after she implemented 8 to 10 cups a day of only veg, only after a week and a half, her anemic symptoms have almost disappeared. She had like purple circles she was waking up with under her eyes. They're not there anymore. I mean, this sounds like your resort is like, heaven for people who are having any medical conditions, it sounds like. We have one member asking us, is Orion suitable for families with young children? That's a great question.
So it's a good question. We do get asked it a lot. I will normally take families that have 1, maximum 2 children. We don't have rooms that are family rooms, because so many people come to reset, and I have 3 kids of my own as well. so sometimes a lot of children in the environment can be disruptive to some people, but we tend to allow families with kids, especially if the kids have it depends on the family. We ask the family to really kind of look inwards and see, like, will their kids benefit from being at us as well? Will they be allowed the time for themselves to reset? I mean, right now we have a homeschool group that's being led from a little corner at Orion, and that's kind of coming out of the last few months when a lot of kids are home, with a lot of Israeli kids inside this homeschool group, and they are beautiful and respectful and just add to the environment. In the end of the day, this is something that we need to go through with our families. So as long as the kids are, we ask people to really feel out whether their kids would find it suitable, and they would find it suitable going through a process. As long as that's okay, we can have kids.
I also think that, for families, like larger families that are coming together, Another, like a great option would be for, one of the parents to stay with their kids at like a resort nearby, and then let one of the parents go even for like a weekend to just do a little detox and come back completely like refreshed without, just, to have that
Yeah,
quiet time away from the kids, I think is also very important. I know that I would value
it's
that
very
very much.
important.
I've never,
Yeah, it's
it's
very
been 5
important.
years. I have never spent a night away from my children. So for me, that would be like amazing to have a few days
It's really,
at your
yes.
center.
A lot of people do it. Like the mum and the dad can swap as well. So they
Yeah,
stay at a
exactly.
resort nearby. We have a resort nearby with a pool, and we have many rental like houses, beautiful houses with pools around that are rental, like short-term stay. And so a lot of people do that, and then they let the mum will come for a week, and then the dad will swap. We do have guests going through our programs also with kids together. It really depends on the family, but yes, it's very healing, especially for mummy,
Yeah,
to have like a week or even a few days by herself.
totally. Okay, so talk to us a little bit more about vegetables. Why do you think vegetables are such an important, like I always say, one mindset shift that I like to bring to the group is that eating veggies is really a form of self-care. So why do you think like vegetables, having a veggie first lifestyle is such an important part of our self-care?
And can I include fruit in this, or would you
Absolutely,
prefer me
yes.
just to, yeah.
Oh, no, no. I mean,
So
I'm a huge fruit fan as
yeah.
well.
So like veggies in terms of the main meal, I think that's what we're talking about. So putting on a plate in terms of the main meal. I mean, in terms of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, you are really
Mhm.
getting everything you need from the fruit and veg on your plate, especially leafy greens,
Yeah.
especially a varied fruits and vegetables of different colors, all have different ways to heal the body. It's amazing when you think about just so like vegetables like celery, how amazing celery is, and how many people that have detoxed or use celery juice to supplement their main diet, and have had really incredible benefits just from this like one veg.
Wow.
Vegetables are, each vegetable has such a unique array of healing properties. It's really amazing, and we don't often research it. Fruit and veg, or veg were the things we put at the side of our plate. There was the rice or potatoes and meats or main kind of protein, and the veggies are at the side. But like, definitely, if you can swap those around, you will see a major difference in the digestion, in the hydration of the body. So your
Mm-hmm.
body will be much more hydrated you know they contain so much more water than kind of more protein based foods.
Yeah. So we recommend in the group that the plate is primarily veggies, and then we put whole foods around that so that people, they're really getting like the majority of veggies in each meal, but then, they have their proteins and their healthy carbs and their fats and all of that around it. So that way they can really understand what their plate should look like. Because all whole foods, I say, should be eaten in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
But veggies really needs to be like the primary part of your plate.
100%. And weight loss, I mean, everyone will, people that are also struggling with weight loss will really see a substantial difference in the way their calories are going into the body when you start to put veggies first. If that is if that is something that people are looking to reduce the amount of calories that they're eating for a reason, maybe they've put them on through a lot of the time it's through childbirth, and looking after kids, you tend to do a lot of eating that you wouldn't normally, but putting veggies first also on children's plates as well is extremely important. My daughter is definitely veggies first on her plate.
So that leads me into my next question, but actually before that, I'm going to jump to one of the members is asking, are you growing your own veggies and fruits, or do you buy them bio?
Well, over there we've got some bananas.
Yes,
And we've
I
got
remember the bananas growing on the trees in Thailand.
So it's really, we've got bananas, we've got papayas. I'm growing basil, I'm growing tomatoes, but in the quantities that we need them as a family, we are we are buying. So we'll grow herbs, bananas, papayas, some like lettuce, things like tulsi, but you know, a lot of veggies it's harder to grow here. It's harder to grow in the soil because we're an island, so we're by the coast, and normally
Can you tell everybody where exactly you are and where the resort is, just so everybody knows?
So Orion Healing Center is in Koh Phangan, which is a small island in the south of Thailand, and we have neighboring islands Samui and Koh Tao.
Wow, amazing.
So right now I'm in Samui, so this is beautiful Samui, and yeah, if you can see my bananas. Oh, there we go. I think you can.
Oh, how I miss those.
Can you see them?
So much. I can see them. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to jump to because you were talking about, you know, how it's so important for the kids as well. So I want to jump to my next question, which is for people who are really interested in, you know, starting to implement a veggie first lifestyle. It's not easy, right? We have kids, we have to cook meals for, you know, different members of the family. How do you recommend people start the transition?
So I mean, it really depends. My 3 children eat very differently, and I realize that my children gravitate to very different foods. So yes, I find myself cooking differently for each children. I think you have to be there is a level of strictness that I think at one point it has to be really important for you to make it that change for your family. So there has to be a level of like, this is something really important for you to eat, and to make them aware of that. And it's not like there isn't a choice, because I think that choice is really important, because I don't like to force children to have a certain diet. I always like to give my children a choice. But when knowing that something is really good for your family, you really want to implement it, and it be like it's not a choice to brush your teeth and not brush your teeth. It's not a choice to stay up until 11 o'clock or not stay up till 11 o'clock. I feel like it's the same with fruit and veg, but really considering that each child has a very different need. Like my middle child has a very big desire to eat proteins. Like this for him is the main thing that he gravitates to. So I really understand him, and I really make sure that that's a priority for him. But I always make sure that there's a really nice array of salads, and then respecting that some of the, you know, my older son loves Israeli salad. He doesn't like coriander or parsley in the salad, so making sure that I make a salad that's specifically for him. My daughter will love cut up strips of veggies, making sure that there are lots of them on the plate, and making sure that before they eat a meal, there's always some cut up fruit or veggies that they eat as well. So they get to, when they're hungry, they get to pick fruit and veg before, making it fun, making it look beautiful as well, making it look really, really pretty, so that they gravitate to eating it.
Yeah, and that's really, you know, the Sex Up Your Veg is all about, like, not just making it taste delicious, but also look delicious, because that's, you know, it's even for the kids, like when you have something that looks beautiful, it's so much more enticing for them to try. Okay, I love that. So it's really about a conscious decision. So can you also tell us a little bit, because we didn't talk about the detox, but I think it's interesting for the group to hear, if anybody is interested in, you know, what are the benefits of detox? You know, you talked to me about cleaning your colon. You were telling me some fascinating stuff that, you know, I didn't know. So can you tell the group a little bit about why a detox before entering into a veggie first kind of lifestyle is actually really beneficial?
So I can equate it to, you know, before you start to put premium gasoline in your body, you would clean out your engine. So the assimilation of vitamins and minerals, amino acids, is so much more superior after we've cleaned out our colon. The colon, over the years of abuse, some of which conscious and some of which unconscious, tend to accumulate a lot of toxins and residues of the things that we have eaten. It's really amazing when we are implementing the detox, we are also doing these self-administered kalimas as well. And the amount of toxins that you can literally see leaving the body as waste, that would never have come out, even not on a juice fast, really is incredible. So you've got this layer of plaque, of mucoid plaque on the colon that stops the assimilation of like osmosis of vitamins and minerals into the body. So some people are constantly eating because they feel like they're hungry, not because they're hungry, because their body's lacking the vitamins and minerals because it can't get through, because there's this barrier of mucoid plaque that's on the colon. So before you really start on a new system, you need to kind of reset, clean out your system.
This is fascinating, because now I just put 2 and 2 together, because I understood, that when you're craving things like sugar and refined carbs, like your body's really craving vitamins and minerals in plant-based food. But what you're saying is that even these vitamins and minerals, that even when you're eating them with the veggies and with the plant-based food, sometimes they can't even get in because the colon is covered with plaque. So it's not accessible the way that it needs to be. So you need to really clean your colon so you can let those vitamins and minerals in. That's really
exactly. Exactly. Next time you come.
For sure. Okay, so just a few more questions. I know that, you guys have this incredible restaurant that was voted 2018's best vegan restaurants in Thailand. And we're all about, delicious food and sexy veggies. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, what are your signature dishes? What does your menu look like?
Oh, our menu is amazing. People don't get bored of eating it. It's full, like even now it's full. We have
So even in Corona, beautiful. Like your restaurant is still packed.
Yes, yeah. Now people can eat in, and it's still packed, and there was delivery service happening all throughout for all the digital nomads and people, therapists and yoga teachers that stayed here, or the people that decided to be here during the lockdown. So we felt really blessed to be able to nourish people. We feel like it's a real mission to nourish people, especially when people are going through uncertain times. Nourishment is really important. So we felt it was a commitment to stay open, like a commitment to the community, no matter what, even if we would like break even during the times where it was really hard, and we had all like bikes out with delivery. My cat wants to say hello.
Hello.
So it's a commitment for us. So our menu is amazing. We've got 2 menus, but our main menu is split up between juices, smoothies, and elixirs. There's an amazing breakfast. One of the signature dishes on breakfast is the vegan shakshuka. That is really popular, that we do with tofu and mushrooms and courgette. We also have something called Orion super papaya. And I know that papayas are available in Israel in season. And this is an amazing dish where we cut a whole papaya in half, so it's still oval. We take out the seeds, we fill it with tahini and date and chopped up dates and some ground flaxseed, a little bit of lemon, and then you eat it with a spoon out of the peel. And it is amazing. So
on papaya, this is something completely new for me.
So I wanted to share, because you can make all the ingredients you can get in Israel. So I thought I'd share this one so you can all make it at home.
Perfect. So first of all, at the end, I'm going to ask you to just share, where people can see the menu and how they can get to your website, so that if anybody wants to see the menu and, recreate at home, they can.
Yes.
So one last question, Dalia, because, you guys had a Netflix documentary made it's called The Retreat. And Netflix came to do a documentary at Orion Healing Center. Tell us, how did that even happen, and what was that experience like?
We had I think one of the producers, he was cycling around Asia and he stopped at Orion to do a detox, and he lost a whole bunch of weight, and he left feeling really rejuvenated. I think at the time he was independent, but more linked to the BBC. And he had such an amazing life-changing experience. He went back, spoke to the BBC, kind of sold the idea of the program, recruited it was Nick Knowles and his DIY building team, and all of them, like the builders and some of the people in the back, like the producers and some other people, like makeup artists and things like that, to come out and to do a detox. So Nick and it was about 8 others to do a detox and to stay in Sitanu for the month. So to stay in the village that we're in for about a month.
They were there for an entire month.
They were there for the whole month, doing a detox and eating healthy for the month, and then introducing practices like yoga and this whole mind, body, spirit connection. Some of them came with one of them came with diabetes. One of them came with a very big trauma, like losing his daughter many years ago, which you'll see in the series kind of came out during one of the healings. Like the blockage kind of came to surface in one of the healings. Each of them received something very different and amazing. 2 of the women have opened a vegan restaurant called The Retreat, which is in Kew Gardens, in the area of Kew Gardens, and that still runs. And Nick Knowles publicized a vegan cookbook and apparently sponsored another kind of vegan restaurant following this as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Cool. It was amazing to have them there. Very different because we had them aside our normal detox team as well. Each of them and their healing journeys were very beautiful. There was one person that left kind of halfway through. It was all a lot for him. Stuff started to surface for him, and he left. But all the rest had an amazing time. It's really beautiful. There are some parts of the series which are really, really touching, where you see, really big things shift for people. Just by diet, detox, putting your health first. Generally, putting your health first, putting your health and your well-being first. Very inspiring, and I'm very proud of what we did. So they sold it to Netflix. After it was on BBC 2 or 4, and it's still on Netflix. If you're in the UK and maybe in Israel, I'm not sure, it's still available on Netflix, and many people come to the center after watching it.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's such a fascinating story. All right, so last question, Zalia. I know that you're a very spiritual person, so I can't let you leave without asking this question. How do you think shifting towards like a healthier veggie first lifestyle affects us spiritually?
So in most systems, so in most spiritual systems, the soul is housed by the body. So the body is the temple. And when you start to work on yourself spiritually, it really goes hand in hand with working on the temple that's going to, encase your soul, encase your spirit. Like this is where your, like neshama, this is where your soul is sitting. So when we do anything to the body, we are obviously affecting the soul and the spirit. Like if we've birthed children, we really know that by eating healthy, we are making up the soul, we're making up the body of our children. It's really amazing, and to know that when each cell is vibrating with the energy of plants first, you could say like predominantly healthy plants first diet, then the vibration of the whole body is really different. You can really feel that your vessel is clean. Your vessel is vibrating with wholeness, with goodness. You can't really separate. For me, you can't really separate any kind of spirituality and diet. They go hand in hand. Like we are one. All the aspects of us make up. We can't separate the body and the spirits. It's one.
I love that, and I 100% agree with you. I really, really do. Zalia, we have one question from a member, and then we're going to wrap things up. Can you share if there's a side effect to expect when we start a veggies and fruits lifestyle, and how long would it take till our body gets used to that new lifestyle?
A side effect is becoming completely addicted to fruit and veg.
Sure, absolutely. We had one member say that she's now having cravings for veggies. Like this is what she's craving now.
Talking too much to your friends about your new diet is a side effect.
My problem.
I think when something amazing happens to you, you just want to share it. You want everyone to wake, when you wake up yourself, it can be in any way. When you realize something has shifted you and has enhanced the quality of your life, I think it's the natural urge as human beings, as compassionate, empathic, caring people, to want to share it with others. You want to share your joy with others. And if veggies and fruits have affected you and affected your lifestyle, your relationship, your interpersonal relationships, your energy, you want to share it. You want to make other people's, lives better.
I think that's my story. I mean, I don't even know how I got here to like this Sex Up Your Veg group, but like really, like I was just helping a friend lose weight. And I knew that all she needed to do was eat, a primarily veggie diet. And here I am now, like interviewing people about the power of veggies, because I just think they're so fascinating and healing and restorative. And I think everybody needs to know that, because people are suffering from medical conditions. They're suffering from, they want to lose weight and they don't know how. And the answer is right here, like under our nose. Like Mother Earth grew us veggies for a reason.
Yeah. She provides us all, like Pachamama, like this Mother Earth provides us with everything that we need.
Yeah. So, but just to go back to this member's question, I think she might be referring to maybe physical side effects. Like, can you expect? I know some people have said that, one girl had said that she was sweating more. I think it's related to like detox, right? Like when your
elimination of toxins. Oh yeah, you're completely right. Sorry for cutting you. Elimination of toxins. I think you should definitely expect that. It will be better if you also add some kind of cardiovascular, like walking or a little bit of yoga or something to help that. It can be. You can sweat toxins as well. Your mood. I think your mood can change in the beginning. There can be a little bit of shift of mood if you're used to eating, much more protein or carbohydrate based diets to plant based. So there can be, but I think most people will just feel good. It's not like cutting out nicotine from the body. Generally, it's not. There's nothing that has made you like addictive to carbs and proteins, that by making them a little bit less and putting veggies more, that you should feel.
So you're saying you wouldn't necessarily see any extreme side effects?
Nothing extreme, but definitely maybe sweating out toxins. Maybe in the beginning you'll feel like you're hungrier more, because dense proteins tend to be more compact, and veg and fruit tend to be much more watery. So you could eat like a little bit more, like every few hours rather than 3 meals a day. You might need that in the beginning. Yeah, and some people that are predominantly veg do that more, like eat smaller portions a few times a day rather than big portions like 3 times a day, because you tend to burn them quicker.
Okay, amazing.
Actually, I'd like to, we are in the middle of making our cookbook, and I'd really like to offer you and maybe 10 of your readers a cookbook ebook to give to you, to maybe help some of them to transition. Yes.
Oh, first of all, I think the group would love that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And I know I'm going to benefit from it greatly, because I also want to start getting more like into a vegan lifestyle. Like I'm already into the veggies, right? Like that's primarily my diet, but I do want to go a little bit more towards vegan. So that'll be very helpful. So tell us, Dalia, okay, right now we can't go anywhere, right? Borders are closed. As soon as the borders open in Thailand and in Israel, I think everybody is going to want to get on a plane, and they're going to want to go somewhere restorative and healing like your center. Tell us, where can we find you online? What's the best way to reach you? Where can we see your menu? Like, let's get all of that information so everyone can find you.
The best way to find us, there's 2 ways, probably online, orionhealing.com. And in the cafe section, you can find our menu. You can download our menu as well. It's fully downloadable and transparent. Amazing. We want everyone to be able to benefit from the menu. You can look at our Facebook group as well. Our Facebook group has the more current promotions, and also shows you a bit about the life at Orion and what's happening right now. And our Instagram is also really, really good. So Orion Healing Center, Detox and Yoga on Facebook, and you'll be able to see what's happening at the center like right now.
That's so great. So listen, when we're gonna end the live in a minute, so just go into the live and write down the links so everybody can
Sure.
find your website and your Facebook group easily. Dolly, I really appreciate you taking the time
Thank
from
you.
Thailand to speak to us today. I think the group really benefited. I saw there were a lot of questions, a lot of comments. So
It was lovely.
And I really hope to see you soon. As soon as all of this, opens up again, I know I'm going to be on a plane to Thailand, so I'll see you there.
Amazing. You're very welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. And I really hope that this time has reset us so that we can put ourselves, our health and our well-being first, and the well-being, of all of us as a whole.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jordana.
Right. Thanks, Dahlia.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Lots of love.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ciao.